Welcome to this chair yoga class. Find a sturdy chair and we'll get started. We'll begin in seated mountain pose, sitting up nice and tall with the ears over the shoulders, over the hips, legs are parallel, knees over ankles, feet like railroad tracks. Let's roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Relax the eyes, relax the face, relax the neck, relax the shoulders, relax the chest, relax the back, relax the belly, relax the hips, relax the legs, relax the knees, relax the ankles, relax the feet. Draw a line down your body, separating the right side from the left side mentally. And bring your awareness over into your right side. Notice how the right side of your body feels. Feel the weight of your buttock on the chair, your foot on the floor. Come back up your legs and notice if your shoulders feel level, if your ears feel parallel to the floor, right angle, parallel. So noticing if you're sitting up straight and balanced on the right side of your body. And then shift your attention over to the left side of your body. And the first thing to notice is, are you more aware of one side or the other? Or is it just as easy to be in both sides? So now your awareness is in your left side. Notice if your hip feels it's evenly weighted on the chair as the right hip. Does your left foot feel like it's evenly weighted on the floor, the same as your right foot? Coming back up the legs, do the shoulders feel level? Do the ears feel the same height away from the floor? So we're checking our right and left sides. And now remove that imaginary line and let the whole body come back together. No human being is absolutely symmetrical. There are all kinds of reasons why our bodies are asymmetrical. And we're creating balance in our body by crossing the midline in our brain, bringing the right and left side together, using our eyes to guide us, to help our balance by noticing where we put our vision, and strengthening the muscles and working on the alignment of our body so that we walk and stand safely with the least amount of effort and the most amount of comfort. Take a deep breath, and we'll come into some sun shining breaths, inhaling and exhaling, turning the palms down, drawing the belly in. One last one. And then arms either parallel or interlacing the last three fingers, pointers up and elbows, hugging the body. Tip over to one side. Feel the weight shifting onto one side. Inhale back to center. Feel the weight shifting over the other way. Inhale back to center. Let's open the arms and come into a spinal twist. Inhale up and spinal twist the other way. Inhale tall and hands to heart. Let's relax the hands. We'll bring the chin down and roll the ear over to one side. The stretch in the side of the neck. And chin down and roll the ear the other way. Bring the chin down, roll the ear to one side. Stretch the opposite arm away with the palm up. Come on back down and ear to the other side. Stretch the arm away with the palm up as if you're pushing the wall away. Come on back down. Ear to the other side. This time we're going to press the back of the hand away. And come in and ear to shoulder and press the back of the hand away. And back to center. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down, we'll rotate the head. And rotate back the other way. Once again, looking over the shoulder. And moving to look over the other shoulder. And last one. And notice if you look over your shoulder more on one side, is one side more flexible than the other? And back to center. Let's draw an infinity sign with the nose. So here we are crossing the midline, integrating right and left sides of the brain. Very important function for balance. And come back to stillness. Let's start to wring our hands. See that, like, oh, woe is me, kind of wringing our hands. Bringing some blood and energy and massage into the hands. And then I'm going to make two little couplings and cup those hands together. We're going to begin to open up the shoulders. And then we're going to begin to take that into a side stretch, opening up. Big side stretch. Almost like a little figure eight here, or infinity sign. Come back to center, uncouple our hands and couple them the other way, hooking the fingers together. And we're just going to start with a little shoulder action here, pumping the elbows up and down. And then we're going to turn that into a side stretch, stretching up. And stretching the other side up. Deep breaths into the open side of your body. I'm hearing some creaking and cracking in the upper back doing this. Notice what's happening for you. Do one more. And then let's wiggle the fingers. And give those hands and arms a shake. And come to stillness. Notice how you feel. Let's sit up nice and tall, a little bit away from the back of the chair, so we can make some nice, easy circles opening up the hips. The spine is long, not rounding in any direction, like a top spinning around the point at the base of the spine. So this is also checking out our sway envelope, which is another gauge of our balance, and we'll do a sway envelope exercise in a second. Really not that much different. Go back to center, and we'll go the other way. And come to stillness. Notice how you feel. We're going to reach the arms out. So this is the sway envelope concept. The more you can slide over to one side without falling over, the better your balance. And we're strengthening the core as we do this. And then sliding your arms along the tabletop, reaching over the other way, strengthening the core and noticing how far our sway envelope is. One more time, let's change sides, reaching over. And back to center and reach over the other way. And back to center and down. So one of the most important things we can do for balance is to have right-left integration. So let's pick up the left heel and put it down. Left heel up and down. And now we're going to bring up the right arm and down. Well, actually, if you're using me as your mirror image, you'd be using your left arm. We're lifting up the heel and the elbow, creating a connection between one side and the other, and also strengthening the leg muscles and flexibility in our ankle, all good things for balance. And down. Feel the energy circulate, and that's what we started, just with the heel first. Just make it easy, just lifting the opposite heel, whichever one you didn't do. And now bringing up the arm and heel and arm, lifting and lowering. And down. So we also got some joint work in there. So the next thing we're going to do is go for a walk and then a march. And it's amazing how many people do not get this. So when you're lifting one knee, you're lifting the opposite elbow, and then you're switching. So we're going to go for a little march. So toe tapping. Go slow. Look at your arm and your leg and make sure it's opposite arm and leg. If we were in class and I was walking around, I'm sure that there would be people that I would have to correct. So this is really important for your balance, is being able to do opposition. So I'm tapping a toe back and bring the opposite arm forward. And then if you want to ramp it up, you can. Did we skip last week? Then you can just really bring it into the opposite direction, bringing up a knee, shifting your weight, going for a little skip. Or even reaching long, like you're pulling. The legs are stretching, one leg out, one knee bent. And reaching with the opposite arm and leg. Really good for your balance. And you never have to get out of the chair. And slow it down. And come back into your chair and let the energy circulate. Let the body and the brain integrate what we just did. And we all know that how our ears function is very important for our balance. And I don't have any activities for that, but also our eyes are very important for our balance. Because as we get older, we tend to look closer. I know when I go downstairs, I'm looking right at my feet, but good balance is actually looking out where you're planning to go, not your immediate step. Think about when you're driving your car. You would never drive your car looking right in front of where the car's going. You're looking out in the direction you want to go. So the same thing with balance. You need to have that confidence to look forward rather than down, and that will help your balance as well. Okay. So let's scoot forward in our chair just so we can get a little spinal action in before we do standing up. Bring your hands to your knees. We're going to round the whole back of the body. We're anchoring with the hands on the knees, shoulders over hips. Take a deep breath in. Lead with your middle body and upper body reaching to the back of the chair, and then the head and the shoulders coming forward. Inhale, tall, rock forward on your sitting bones. Press your shoulders back and lift your heart and chin to the sky. Come to neutral, rock back, tucking the chin. Big stretch to the whole back body. Rock forward, stretching the front body. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward and up. Feel that contraction in your lower back. Feel the stretch in your lower back. So be sure that the whole back is getting involved, not just the upper back. Feel that lower back getting a nice workout. One more. And back to stillness. So one of the very best things we can do for working on strengthening the muscles of our legs is our sit to stands. So we want to have the knees and feet parallel, knees over your heels. Protecting the knees by having the legs in alignment, no flopping out. Inhale the arms up in front of you or cross elbows. Now, if you cannot do a sit to stand, you can hold on to the chair, squeeze your buttocks and lift your hips up just a little bit and collapse back. Relax back down. Press the feet into the floor, squeeze the buttocks, come up a little and come back down. One more time, press into the floor, engage and release. Or we'll do 8 sit to stands. Are you ready? Inhaling up. Pressing the hips back, weight on the heels, sitting down. Feel the strength of your legs, the alignment of your legs. Come on back down. Kind of lost count. I think that was 5. I want us to end sitting because I want to do one more sitting pose before we stand and do some balancing poses standing up. So have a seat. Take a breath and let the body settle. We're going to go into Garudasana Eagle Pose. So we'll start with the arms. You're going to inhale the arms up overhead. They're going to bring the left arm down into the midline. The right elbow comes inside. You can give yourself a hug where the back of the hands touch, where the palms cross and touch. Lift the elbows slightly and breathe, feeling the squeeze. Just squeezing those arms together. Real easy. Inhale, reach up. Bring the right arm down, elbow in, bring the left elbow in, either holding elbows, back of the hands, or palms cross and touch. Lift the elbows slightly, shoulders down, squeeze those arms together. So here we are, crossing the midline many times, confusing the brain, but this is really good for you. Inhale, reach up. Now we're going to add a leg. So I'm going to send the left leg out to the side. Inhale the arms up. I'm going to bring the right arm down. Left arm in. Arms cross and touch. Inhale up. And then let's bring that leg in. Send the other leg out. Inhale up. Left arm down, right arm in. Hug, touch, or cross. Inhale up. And leg back in. Take a few breaths. And one more sit to stand, come on up. And you can come behind your chairs. I'm going to stand at the side of my chair so you can see what I'm doing. So one of the things that we need for balance is strength in the muscles right here. So you're standing behind your chair. Your feet are parallel. We're going to take this leg out to the side, but we're not going to turn the toes and the knees outward. We're keeping the legs facing forward, just moving the leg out to the side parallel. And if you can, lifting that leg up without tipping the body. So stay nice and strong. Nose over knee over ankle. The other leg is out with the toes turned inward, the heel out, working on the muscles right here in your hips. If you have the balance, you can take one arm up. You can hold on with the other arm if you like, or bring both arms up. I'm not showing off, I'm holding line. So you want to keep feeling the energy pressing down into your standing leg, not tipping over, stretching up tall. And let's release the hand, and we'll just make some little circles on the floor with that leg, just to open up that hip joint. And we'll circle back the other way. Come back to Tadasana for a moment. Maybe that leg's getting tired, so I'm going to change sides. And you're behind the chair so you don't have to move. So starting in Tadasana, legs parallel. Then this leg slides out with the toe on the floor, heel out, or that leg lifts up. Pressing down into your standing leg, not tipping over. Strengthening your hip muscles. If you like, adding an arm or two, or behind the chair if you need to hold on with both arms, go ahead. Feel the energy coming down your standing leg. If you're standing with your nose over your knee over your foot, you should feel that strong line of energy. So I kept talking about vision. So again, we're not looking down at the floor. We're looking at something that's not moving, about eye height. And let's bring the arm and the leg down, and we'll make some circles on this side. Standing leg is getting tired, isn't it? If you need to sit down and make the circles in your chair, go right ahead and do that. And we'll circle back the other way. And maybe you need a little hip shimmy and come to stillness. Let the body integrate. And I'm going to come back to the first slide. So last week we did Vrikshasana tree pose. We picked up the heel and rotated the knee out to the side. So I'm going to stay in Vrikshasana for the leg for today, or cross that leg over the toe on the other side, bending the knees a little bit and squeezing the legs together. A little more challenging. So you're either standing this way in tree pose or bending your standing leg, bringing the toe across and squeezing the legs together. Find your drishti, your focal point. Now, depending on what your arms need to do, you can either just squeeze the legs together here, working on this balancing pose, or add one arm, inhaling your arm up, or adding both arms, coming into eagle pose, bringing the left arm down and the other arm in, hugging your shoulders or arms pass and touch, looking through your arms. This is a really interesting, challenging pose, good for your balance, developing your peripheral vision, which helps your awareness in the world. It also helps your balance, right? Hips are pressing back. Think chair pose. Big squeeze. Inhale your hands down, hold on to the chair. Inhale up. Come on back out. Give it a little march. And then come to stillness in Tadasana. Okay, we'll switch legs. So, starting in Tadasana, picking up the heel, rotating the knee out to the side, so you can stay in chair pose, or bending your standing leg, bring that other knee across, toe is still on the floor, squeezing the legs together, finding your drishti. And maybe this is your pose. Maybe you're holding onto the chair, or one arm up or both arms up, bringing the outside arm in, the inside arm inside, palms cross and touch, or shoulders, or looking through your arms here, squeezing your arms and legs together. Standing knee is bent if you're in this variation, or if you're in tree pose, the legs are straight. Press your hips back, weight on your heels. Well, one heel. Deep breaths. If you're not holding on to the chair, you can inhale up and give yourself a little march, shake it out, and then come to stillness. All right, I'm going to turn my chair just so you can see what I'm doing, but you can stay where you are. We're going to do a downward facing dog. Give our back a little stretch and bend the knees and walk back. Feel your hips reaching backwards. Again, checking the legs are parallel. Big stretch. Feel that spine lengthening. The heart reaching towards the floor and the hips reaching towards the sky. The hips reaching away from the hands. Nice spinal stretch here. Deep breath. Let's slowly round up and make our way to the chair. Coming into cobra, so we're holding onto the chair. Our pelvis is right against the chair. Shoulders back and down. Chest begins to lift, arcing up. Tailbone is tucked so there's no pinch in the lower back. Like you're reaching up to the sky to get a suntan. Inhale tall, and let's step back once again. Coming back into our downward facing dog. It's perfectly okay to have nice bent knees. More important to have a straight back than straight legs. What happens sometimes when people straighten their legs is their back hunches. So bend those knees instead and scoot your tailbone up and your chest down. Big long stretch. Feel your armpits opening, your shoulder blades flattening on your back. And slowly round up. Make your way all the way to the chair till your pelvis is touching. Roll the shoulders back and down, find your drishti. And if it feels safe to you, lifting the heart, tucking the tailbone, no pinch in the lower back. You're arcing back, but also have a sense of lifting the front of the body towards the sky. And inhale up. And one last thing we'll do standing is going for a little march. So again, working on our balance here, picking up one heel and then the other. And if you don't need to hold on to the chair, picking up the opposite arm, and you can take it as slow or as fast as you want. Finding your drishti to help your balance. Knees and feet are parallel, working forward. And again, if you need to go slower, make sure it's opposite arm and leg. That's more important than your speed, is having that opposition. Okay, once you've got that, you can make it go faster if you like. And we'll slow it down. Come back to Tadasana. Feel the whole body alive and tingling. And then let's come sit back down on our chair. And let the body absorb the benefits of what we've done so far. Open your eyes if they were closed and come forward onto your chair with your legs nice and wide. We're going to do a spinal twist here. So let's come to our seated 5-pointed star. Shoulders down, heart lifted, feet pressing into the floor so the legs are energetic. And take a deep breath. We're going to tip over and bring the hand to the opposite leg. So again, we're crossing the midline, spinning the body, stretching up. So wherever that hand lands, it's fine. It can land on your ankle, your thigh, your knee. Don't let the legs collapse in, press those knees out. Inhale back up. Get tall, spin your body, bring your hand to your other leg wherever it lands. Rotate and look up. And inhale back to center. Bring the hands down. Take a nice deep breath. With a straight spine, come forward. And press the knees back, shoulder blades down your back. You're looking out over a valley. And then depending on your flexibility, you can come forward a little more. Slide your hands down your legs if you're more flexible, or reach your hands to the floor and begin to round over. Now, if you have unregulated high blood pressure, glaucoma, brain tumor, or vertigo, you're going to stop right here. Otherwise, let the head go. Slide your hands back up your legs, or maybe they were already up your legs. Wherever you were was perfect. Begin to roll the spine up, vertebra by vertebra. Coming up to a nice seated position. And toe heel yourself back to center. And scoot back on your chair. And do some sun salutes. Bringing the hands to the heart. Inhale. Reaching up. And bring your hands back to your heart. And again, if that's all you want to do, that's perfect. If you don't want to do the forward fold, inhale. And hands to heart. Last one here. And you can stay with this if you don't want to do a forward fold, if you're concerned about getting dizzy or lightheaded. But otherwise, we're going to inhale up. Exhale, swan dive over. Inhale, slide your hands up your legs, press your heart forward. Exhale, release the head, slide down. Reach the arms out. Inhale all the way up, look up. And hands to heart. We'll take a full breath in and out. Inhale. Either hands to heart or swan dive over. Half lift, elbows back, heart forward. Exhale down. All the way back up. Hands to heart. Anjali Mudra. Deep breath in and out. One more. Half lift, elbows in, chest forward, stretch up. Exhale, surrender over. Inhale, open up. Hands to heart. Full breath in and out, take it in. Back to stillness. And stretch the right leg out. Inhale tall and exhale, slide down towards that leg. Again, maybe you're not as flexible, maybe your pose looks like this, whatever your body would like to do. Toes are pointed up. That part we can all do. And then holding onto your leg with your right hand, bring your left arm back up the leg and hold onto your hip crease and spin your body towards your bent leg, and then reach that arm to the sky. You want your spine to be straight here. You're not rounded over the leg. Nice straight spine. So coming up as high as you need to. Bring that arm back down. Inhale up. Bring that leg in and compare the two sides. Stretch your left leg out, toes up. Inhale tall, turn towards your left leg and slide down to whatever distance your body will allow. Breathing into the stretch. Inhale up, sliding your hand up your leg is enough to have a straight spine. Sliding your inside hand to your other hip, spinning your body towards the ceiling. And then if you like, reaching that arm towards the sky. Inhale all the way back up. Bring that leg in. Take a few breaths and let the energy settle. Let's bring the knees together. Take the right hand across to the outside of the leg, the left hand to the side or the back of your chair. Rotate around. Inhale, back to center. Stretch up tall, change sides. Inhale back to center. Take a breath, take it in. Scoot back on your chair. Close your eyes and allow your body to rest and absorb the benefits of all the good work that you've done today. You can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, begin to bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. Gently move and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Bring your hands together and rub them briskly. And cup them over the eyes. Radiating healing energy into your eyes and brain. And blink your eyes, release your hands. Namaste.